Hi, good evening, all. So welcome to this conversation again this evening, and this conversation is about revelations, right? Revelations, studying that which was revealed to you. Now, I'll be open and say that I haven't read the Bible. I read it in bits and pieces, but not the whole thing, right? So this doesn't have anything to do with revelations from the Bible and that kind of thing, right? um, I live life by my personal experience and come to a conclusion about situations based on things that I've experienced, and I've experienced quite a lot, right? In this almost 35 years, right? So this is about revelations, personal revelations, things that was revealed to you, and so on, right? And I want to just bring across the point about you acknowledging that when the revelations occur happen to a person or occur to a person, right? It occurs within what? A particular space, time, location, context, right? Geographic location, time, context, right? So it might occur, the revelations would have occurred in the past, which would have inspired things like the Bible, which would have inspired things like the Ramayana, which would have inspired things like the Quran, right? Bhagavad Gita, so on, everything, all these scriptures, right? Revelation is based on experience. So this spiritual experience happens to somebody, an experience happens to somebody, right? And it is documented, right? That is essentially what a revelation is, meaning that it was inspired, right? A experience happened to you, and you document it, or somebody else document your experience, right? That is what a revelation is essentially, right? So basically, if something was personally revealed to me, right? If something was personally revealed to me in my location, context, time, space, whatever, right? It may not be relevant to you in your space, time, context, right? It may not be relevant to you in your space, time, context, right? So if something was revealed to me personally, it may not be applicable to you, but you could learn from my experience. If something was revealed to you, it may not be applicable to me, but I could learn from your experience and learn from the documentation. So that is why when I say, hey, I could read this particular scripture, not believe everything word for word, not follow everything to a T, because I know that thing happened, whatever it is, or whatever, if it's a negative event that was recorded, right? If it is a horrifying and terrifying event that was recorded and it happened in the past sometime, right? And I am reading about that today because it was documented as part of a story, right? Because that happened and it was documented as part of a story, right? So if I am reading about a terrible incident that happened way back whenever this event was recorded, do I want to essentially repeat that situation, right? Do I want to repeat that terrifying incident? No, I don't, right? And that is why I say that I do not believe in following this scriptural thing word for word, but extracting a message from it, right? Extracting a message from it, right? So this is what discernment means when reading your religious scripture, right? To not to repeat the terrifying situations, the stories, because they are terrible stories that would have happened in the past, right? So this is what our application of discernment is, right? In reading religious scriptures,